We have developed a number of new technologies directly for this film. The facial capture has been done before, but what we've done is we've taken it to the next level. It's a fairly complicated process with having to capture that performance targeted onto a digital representation of that actor, then retarget it onto the turtle from there.
Well, miss, we're ninjas.
We're mutants.
Well, technically, we're turtles.
Oh, and we're teenagers, but we can still have adult conversations.
You get the essence of wonder in this, and it's not through the dialogue necessarily that you're sensing that, but it's, you know, how the eyes react, the subtle movements of the mouth.
So when the actor blinks, you want the turtle to blink. When the actor, you know, shakes his head and smiles, you want the turtle to do the same thing.
I'm going out on my own. First chance I get.
Oh, we gotta finish our hip-hop Christmas album, bro. You're the hype man. Yo, yes.
Shut up.
The reason for having the cameras so close to their face is that you want to capture as much of the actor's face as possible. So you want to see the actor's face in view at all times.
Kind of dawned on us from the beginning that these four characters were going to carry the movie together with the actors. It was really important that we got the performances that we needed.
We'll find you, O'Neill. I'm sorry, that came across super creepy, okay? We will find you, though.
It's cutting edge to take the characters in the mocap suits and put them in a real environment. But I didn't want it to feel like something that we could have made 5 years ago. So what we did is we did take the characters out into real locations and have real lighting, real sunlight on them. And the guys who played the turtles, they created those characters.
Being a turtle really came to life for us when we got to set, and then they handed us our shells to put on. When you put that shell on and you just feel that weight behind you and kind of the way it manipulates the way you walk, the way you move. It shapes and informs everything that you do.
Everything has a purpose. You know, like, why are there triangles in the fabric on my arm? Like, why is it this texture? And why are there dots on my face? To know what everything does and how they're going to utilize that to be able to create this technology and imagery, it's cool.
Really exciting that the technology exists now to take them out of the rubber suits and make them real turtles.
There was a few different processes involved. One of them, when we're shooting, interacting with Megan and Will on the actual physical sets, and then there was another part that we had done at ILM.
ILM has a very sophisticated technology and room and suit that the actor wears, and the computer can actually read every single movement that the actor is making. And once it can read all those movements, it can almost cut and paste that performance and put it onto a Ninja Turtle.
There are actual balls on our suits, and we're able to run around basically a white blank stage that has over 130 some cameras pinpointed all around the room, and that's taking every movement that we do in that physical space and mapping it so that they can recreate us in any environment that they want to.
MC Mikey. MC Ray.
We knew that the martial arts were going to be a challenge, and so what we did was we got, you know, a real fight choreographer to come on set and choreograph real fights with stunt guys. And the challenge for us in animation was taking that, and because the turtles were bigger and more powerful and stronger, we would take the stuff that was shot and we would, you know, exaggerate their jumps or exaggerate their punches, make their spins go twice as fast, or maybe make their kicks be twice as big, just so they had more impact and they felt more like superheroes.
When you put the fights together, you also take into consideration the weaknesses and strengths of those characters. So if the turtles need to be able to use their weapons in a ninja way, and they're very peculiar about their ways of using their weapons.
Let's rock and roll, boys.
There are 4 different characters. Every one of them likes a specific thing, that everybody fights or acts or behaves in a specific way.
When we designed the turtles for the movie, just thinking about trying to make them look real, we kind of externalized their personalities into their physical appearance. So we tried to make their shape and their size, you know, different, so that when you see them in silhouette, you can identify each turtle.
That blows me away because I look at those shots and it feels real.
We're doing these sort of exotic creatures that have to have their own look and feel, which we get a lot of it through motion capture, but it's also a lot of hand artistry from all different disciplines to make it look right. We start with the skin of the creature, which is like a clay model in a way, and you want to be able to move it and make sure the skin looks good, that the muscles flex right, that the costumes follow the performance. Where there's wind or a breeze blowing through, we have to make sure that, especially with the turtles, the tails of their masks blow in the breeze. And it's just adding those kind of details to help the primary animation or the motion capture performance look real.
I think one of the things that grabbed me early on was seeing the concept art of the turtles and just kind of picturing them in their environment, you know, and realizing, okay, they're gonna be down in the sewers. They're gonna be in some cool situations.
Johnny! Better up!
I think one of the challenges with characters like these is that they're based on cartoons. And so the challenge there is when you're making a realistic movie that's going to be live action, you have to figure out how to make these characters realistic and photoreal. So you have to figure out how to make them kind of fit in our world. They were going to have to perform very subtle, nuanced performances, and they were also going to have to be able to do, you know, big, broad action scenes. So we just had to add a lot of details and a lot of realism to their faces and to their bodies, to the texture. You know, we had to add nostrils so they could breathe, and they needed lips so that they could speak.
I ain't going back to the Hashi. Every time we're in the Hashi, it's because of you. Well, bro, you don't have to worry about me dragging you down anymore.
So I think the idea is to separate these characters into 4 completely definable beings, and I think they did.
You had a lot to gain from telling people about us, but you had our backs.
So that's what family's for, Raph.
The turtles look very cool. All 4 of us just had the same reaction. We were like, those look better than anything we could have imagined them looking like. That's exactly what you want.
It's truly the frontier of movie making, this technology. So it's been great to be part of it and to experiment with it. I mean, down to opening the mouth, raising an eyebrow, sticking out your tongue. It's all gonna register.
I think the biggest thing that's going to wow the audience is going to be the fact that the turtles look so photorealistic that they're going to think that it's somebody in costume or suits, and they're going to think, wow, the makeup was really well done.
Sweet. And I just can't stop looking at them and just thinking, how did we do this?
At the end of the day, we hope that the fans from every generation are able to look at this movie and feel that we gave them what they wanted and something more.
It was all about story and characters while we were working with the technology and the design of the turtles and how we were going to update this movie. Because we wanted the turtles to have a fresh look. You know, we wanted them to feel different. This was a new movie. You know, we wanted this to be its own.
To bring one character to life in this film takes an entire team of people. You have the actor performing, you have the stuntman who performs the martial arts part of the performance, you have the artists who are going to translate the performance into the computer graphics world, you have the animators, the renderers, the compositors. It's an entire team of people just to bring one performance to life. It's incredible.
No matter the risk, you live, you fight as brothers.